Great. There we go. I think it's working. We'll double check. Like I say, definitely we will do, this won't be stupid every time. You know, like whatever, we've been to your class, we know it's gonna be stupid all the time. Yeah, we're live. Okay, great. There you go. Here we go. Triangle, geometric mean. At least it's not a very long or difficult lesson. Actually, honestly, this entire unit will probably be new to most, if not all of you, but it's really the depth to which we go into trig is, I definitely drew this wrong, but that's fine. This is a pretty easy unit, and there's no proofs in it, so.
Well, he just drew them.
I drew it clearly wrong, but yeah, what the X goes with, so no, it should not be moved. I just drew it ugly.
X and Z are
Yeah, so, yeah. It's clearly drawn wrong, clearly.
We don't go by what it looks like.
That's right.
We go by what
Okay,
they say it is.
so we're supposed to solve for X, Y, and Z. So, how do we do that?
you just multiply and square.
Okay, so let's talk through it a little bit. We're going to multiply what? Find X. What's happening here?
So Z is equal to the square root of 6 times 6 plus 4.
I said X, and then you went to Z.
So X is 4 times
6 plus 4.
or the square root.
I got a lot of mumbling
X
happening.
equals the square root of 4 times 6 plus 4, which is 4 times
The
7.
square root of 4, that's a 4. I don't know what I'm writing.
It's got personality.
4 times those added together. 4 plus 6, right? Great. So the square root of 40. If we're going to simplify that radical, what do? Is there a perfect square that goes into it? 2 is not a perfect square.
I was saying 2 times the square root of 10.
Great, quit doing that. Is there a perfect square that goes into 40? There is. You just got there by getting a perfect square. What is the perfect square that goes into 40?
Oh, 2.
2 is not a perfect square.
4.
4 is a perfect square. 4 is the perfect square, and it goes into 40.
What?
This can turn into the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. And the square root of 4 is 2. So the answer is 2 times the square root of 10. Great. How do we find y?
The square root of 4 plus 6. No,
It's 4 times.
4 times 6.
Square root of 4 times 6. This times that. So the square root of 24. I don't know what's happening with my 4s today. Are there any perfect squares that go into 24? 4 also goes into 24.
Like, is 24 a perfect square?
Yeah, 24 is not a perfect square. 4 also goes into 24. Square root of 4 times the square root of 6 equals 2 times the square root of 6. What about the z?
6 times 6 times plus 4, 2.
Square root of 6 times 4 plus 6, which is the square root of 60. Are there any perfect squares that go into 60? What are, We got too much glassy eyes here with perfect squares. Let's list some perfect squares. We've done this before in this class, I think. What are the perfect squares?
4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81.
Good enough. Yeah, they go on forever.
It's 4.
4 does go into 64. Square root of 4 times the square root of what? 15. So it's 2 times the square root of 15.
Can we do number 30?
Why don't we just do 24?
I figured that one out.
Well, I did too, I just didn't do it. Because I couldn't tell when.
Let's do 30. Somebody else may end up asking about 24. It could happen.
Well, because number 10, I mean, the 10 feet doesn't look like it's pointing. I can't tell which one it's pointing at.
It's supposed to be the, what's the word, altitude. And this doesn't.
What are y'all saying?
Number 24, the 10 out there, doesn't look like it's supposed to be the altitude, but it is.
It definitely looks like it's supposed to be the altitude. My picture is smaller and it still looks like it's supposed to be the altitude. What else is it going to be? The angle?
The bottom line,
Yeah.
because it's drawn a
The
line.
bottom line is the altitude.
No, the
No.
angle, the hypotenuse is the smaller one.
Huh?
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it's the hypotenuse. Is it supposed to be? Does it say it is?
No, that's just what it looks
I
like.
can't solve this problem.
On mine, it looks very much looks like it's the altitude. Is it not supposed to be?
It is, it just, it took us a while to figure that out.
Oh,
It just looks like it's all drawn along the bottom dotted line.
that's the altitude.
That's an altitude?
That's the altitude, boys.
Maybe it was that hypotenuse of the little
Okay.
angle.
And it's supposed to be which one?
It's supposed to be.
The bottom line.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking it was the angle one.
Things are confusing today. Okay, let's do number 30. Oh look, number 30 is easy.
I just wasn't sure how you were supposed to do the square root of 2 in a square root.
You're going to want to do it the other way. Well, maybe. I say that you're going to want to do it the other way. I'm not sure that that's true, actually. X square root of 2. 3 times the square root of 2. Y. This is a special right triangle. Z. Which I don't even know what that means yet. One thing that is maybe a little bit scary. Let me double check before I frighten you. Yeah, no. I'm right. I can frighten you all I want. This test will have a section on it that is a no calculator portion of this test. The stuff from chapter 3, it's lesson 3, excuse me, you're going to have to memorize. It's going to have to be in your head.
What's the stuff in chapter?
Well, when we get there, you'll find out. Okay, so we're supposed to find X, Y, and Z. So, what should we do?
I'm not sure.
Let's write some equations and then go from there. What does X equal?
The square root of 3 times the square root of 2 times 3 times the square root of 2 plus z.
Okay. What does Y equal?
Z times or the square root of z times z plus 3 times the square root of 2.
What does Z equal?
I don't know how to do it. What I did was put it inside the radical and work it out.
You put it inside the radical and work it out. What do you mean?
The square root of 2 equals 3 times the square root of 3
Okay, so to find that one normally, pretending that's like 5, what would you do?
Which one was 5?
That one. Or that one.
Then I would do 5 equals the square root of 5 times z, and then work it backwards.
You would, what are you saying?
It's the square
So
root of
if everything that involves the square root of 2 equals 5 in this example, it would be 5
What does the square root of 2 equal in this example?
the square root of 2.
Right. Great. Not what I'm at, but like we know a geometric mean to get to this one, right? Yeah, so square root of 2 equals what? How would we write that?
The square root of 3 times the square root of 2 times z. And that's what I would normally use, and then work.
Well, why don't we use that?
So I don't know how to do it whenever the square root of 2 is inside another square root.
He's getting frustrated. He's about to come over the table and hit me in the face. That'd make for some good YouTube live content right there. Start off with a bang. Let's solve for z. That was one equation, one variable. Let's solve for z. What can we do to solve for z?
You square all the squared and squared.
We should square both sides. I agree. Let's do that because that's going to get rid of both of those radicals, right?
Yeah, I definitely meant to say that.
That's totally what you meant. Yeah, square the square of the square and the square is what you said. But, you know, this is what you meant, right? If we square both sides, what happens with square and square root? They cancel because they're inverses. That turns into a 2, and this turns into 3 times the square root of 2 times z. Now what?
Do it again. We multiply 3 times the square root of 2 and then divide 2 by that number.
I lost you when you said multiply. I don't know. What are you saying? Multiplying? Multiplying what?
3 times the square root of 2. And then
Oh, you're going to want to get an ugly decimal and then go from there. You could do that. That's true. But you're going to be in Algebra 2 in one semester. So
square it again.
what we should do is divide everything by 3 times the square root of 2.
Okay.
So z equals 2 over 3 times. But you can't have a radical on the bottom.
You can. We don't like it, so we should get rid of it.
Oh.
We don't like radicals in the denominator. We can have them. That's just not happy. So we should get rid of that square root of 2 in the denominator. How should we do that?
Then we multiply both sides by the square root of 2.
Not sides, but yes. Yes. Top and bottom sides.
Yeah.
Square root of 2 over the square root of 2. What is square root of 2 times the square root of 2? 2. Right? Because square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 2 squared. Square and square root cancel. Right? Yes?
Maybe.
And then they cancel with the 2 on the top. Number that we have to solve the rest of the problem.
Okay, we found one of them. Great job.
Wait, where did you? Okay, this last step right here, I'm confused.
Well, this is 2 times the square root of 2, and this is 3 times 2, so 2 and 2 turn into 1. Right? That wasn't hitting you, that was hitting the
Where did you
2's.
get the square root of 2 and z equals square root of 2?
Whenever we wrote there.
I multiply the top and bottom times the square root of 2 over square root of 2. That's illegal because if I have x over x, what does that equal? 1. Great. So if I do this, that's legal. No problem, right? Kill it with love and kindness, right? So square root of 2 over square root of 2, which, listen, I'm explaining the whole thing. I'm not done yet. Okay, so square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 2 squared, yes? What happens to square and square root? Disappears, cancels. That's this one right here. This one is this one. This one is this one. And the 3 he's also still there, yeah? Right? Do you understand how to get from this step to this step? Yes?
Okay.
answer my question first before you think about everything. This line to this line, great. So now we have 2 times the square root of 2 over 3 times 2. So 2 times 2 over 2 turns into 1. Or if you prefer to think about it this way, this is that. What does 2 over 6 reduce to? 1/3. 1/3. Either way, it reduces to that.
So the square root of 2 is 1/3.
The square root of 2 is just sitting there.
Right.
The square root of 2 is the square root of 2.
If you were to
Punch it on your calculator and you're going to get 1 point. Right?
Right. If the square root of 2 were to be a regular number, would it make sense?
Where are you confused? You're not actually confused. You are confusing yourself at this point.
Try doing a regular number instead of square root of 2 and see if you understand.
Because you said you understand how to get from this line to this line, yeah? Yeah?
Where do we get the 2 on the bottom?
Which
Because
one? This
square
one?
root of 2 times the square
This.
root of 2
So
Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is this.
the 2 not completely disappears.
Right,
it
right.
disappears when it gets-
Square and square root cancel, and so there's where the 2 is still there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, there we go. We did it. So you were lying when you said you understood to get to this, but now you're not. We're good. Everything's happy. Great. Let's do the rest of them, because why the heck not? Probably the only hard problem on the whole homework set, other than being able to read pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're like, I thought it was kind of hard, then, let's study some and let's ask more questions, because you probably should open your mouth and ask those questions, because that would be useful. We're not done with this problem.
We're not?
We didn't find X yet, or Y.
Can you not give us a problem on the test that we have to put a radical?
Oh yeah, something like this would not be on the test, definitely. Times 3 times the square root of 2 plus square root of 2 over 3. Okay, we have two ways we could go about doing the next step. What is your choice?
Multiply 3 times the square root of 2, or divided by 3.
What? We're not going to get an ugly decimal. I'm not going to do it. No. Oh.
I'm not
Oh.
saying
Well, then what are you
physically,
saying
I'm
then?
Make it into a fraction where it's 9
This one?
times the square root of 2 over 3. So
This-
we can actually add them.
We can just actually add them anyway. This is the same as 1/3 square root of 2. That's the same thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was saying put the 3 times the square root of 2 over 3.
Oh, get a common denominator is what you're going for. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds great. So multiply this times 3 over 3 over 3. Sounds fine. I think I would have distributed, because then we would have killed the fractions immediately. But that's also fine. This is 3rd grade math. Yeah. If I want to add 3/4 plus 1/2, I need a common denominator. Yeah. Multiply times 2 over 2 gets this one as a common denominator. 3/4 equals 2. No. Plus 2/4 equals 5/4. Right? Yes. Get this one over 3. Got to multiply times 3 over 3. Right? Yes. Good. Moving on. Okay. So now we have square root of 3 times the square root of 2 over 9 times the square root of 2 over 3 plus square root of 2 over 3. Now what?
Add 10 times the square root of 2 over 3.
9/3 plus 1/3 is 10/3. That's true. 3 times the square root of 2 times 10 times the square root of 2 over 3. Looks great. Now what?
We multiply ugliness.
Yeah, it's going to turn into prettiness. It would have turned into prettiness sooner if we would have distributed, but it's fine. What is 3 times the square root of 2 times 10? Let's separate this in our head so we don't get confused. And you don't just like say the answer at the end, right? Okay, so what is 3 times 10/3? 30/3, which would be 10. Yeah, great. Square root of 10 times, what's square root of 2 times the square root of 2? What? You said the answer. What is that noise you're making? Stop it.
I just
You're afraid. It's going to be okay. This is good. This is good for you. You got Algebra 2 coming up next. It's going to be great. 3 times 10 thirds is 10. Great. What's the square root of 2 times the square root of 2? 2. Great. Square root of 20. Are there any perfect squares that go into 20?
4.
So this turns into 2 times the square root of 5. Great. We did it. Let's do the next one. That wasn't even very hard. Just to be clear, what I'm talking about is if we distributed this, we would have gotten 9 times the square root of 2 plus the square root of 2. Yeah?
Wait, why would not plus the square root of 2? Wouldn't it just be 9 times 2?
9 times 2. Thank you. Is that what, that's what you're saying and what I meant? Yes. All true.
No.
Oh, but that's worse.
Yeah, we would just have to have
Now we have them separate.
Yeah.
18 plus.
Yeah, that's worse. Sorry, just kidding. This was better. Continuing on, where are we? Y equals. We could have got there from this, but it would have been a much bigger pain. Okay. Square root of 2 over 3 times the square root of 2 over 3 plus 9 times the square root of 2 over 3. Did you see that I skipped the step? Do we understand where the step got skipped? Yes? We turned this into 3 times the square root of 2 into 9 times the square root of 2 over 3, so it has a common denominator already, right? Square root, this is 10 times the square root of 3, square root of 2 over 3 times the square root of 2 over 3. What happens now?
10 times 2 over 3.
Over 9.
Over 9, yeah. 10 times something.
The square root of 10 times 2 over 9 which equals the square root of 20, which we already figured out is 2 times the square root of 5. So 2 times the square root of 5 over 3. This is fun. Algebra 2 is the best. This isn't really Algebra 2, but this is like, this is straight up algebra. This is like just fun algebra. Here we go. Yes. Stop melting your brain. All right, kids, go away. Find somebody that loves you.